Welcome to the channel, I'm Tom, this is my table, and on my table today I have the cheapest 4K action camera that I could find. This is the Bitmore Ultracam 4K waterproof Wi-Fi action camera. And yes, this really was under £20, £19.95 in fact, which I reckon is under $25 or thereabouts. Now for your hard-earned £20, not only do you get the action camera itself, but you also get a list of accessories including a waterproof case and bracket, bike bracket, helmet mount, bracket adapter, clip, and USB charging cable. So yeah, I'm not quite sure how they're selling all this for £20, and I'm gonna guess that the quality isn't quite there, or I'd be surprised if it shoots at 4K at all. And a little sort of reason for that is just because at the front, it has record in full HD at 4K. Now that doesn't really make sense to me because it's either full HD, which is 1080p, or it's 4K, 2160p. So yeah, I'm not really sure. Maybe it's just a mistake, but you never know. So let's get to unboxing it. We'll have a look and feel of what it's like and have a look what sort of connectivity it has, and then we'll get on to testing it. So here is the camera itself, already in its waterproof cage, I assume, and then we have just that bunch of accessories that I went through. And yeah, there's quite a few. It's even got like a little wipe for the lens, that's really cool, and cable ties for some reason. I'm not sure why you'd want cable ties. But yeah, the list of adapters seems like there's actually more than what it says on the back. So with it being in its waterproof cage, it does actually feel pretty solid, to be honest. Even like the little bracket where you're going to connect it onto something, it does feel pretty solid. And it's got these little metallic buttons that pop out so you can actually touch the buttons on the device while it's in its cage, which is pretty cool. It's nice detail, and they're sort of like spring loaded, so yeah, it does feel pretty good. The only thing though, I'm really struggling to actually take it out of its waterproof cage, so you're gonna have to bear with me and give me a little while. Right then, so this took way longer than I care to admit to actually open. So basically all you have to do is there is a little clip on here that you pull across, and I was doing that while I was trying to lift from the back, and even when I tried to lift from the front, it's very awkward because you have your finger there and then you have to pry it open like this, and unless you have nails, I don't think you can actually do it. So I had to get a knife and just tuck it under the front there, and while pulling it, it did actually open. So that's how you open it, but it is quite hard to do so. So on first inspection, it is very light, and it is all plastic body. But on the sides, it does have like this rough texture to it, so it is quite grippy, to be fair. And then on the back we have a 2-inch display. As for ports, we have a USB 2.0, and then we also have a micro SD card slot. Now for the SD card, it does say that it only supports up to 64 gigabytes, but I only had a 128 gigabyte card on me, and when I pull it in, it did say that this is not supported, but then it said format, and I formatted it, and now it seems to work, and it's showing the full 128 gigabytes. So yeah, I'm not really sure why that is, but good to know that it works with it anyway. On a downside though, it looks like that unless you're using the case, the waterproof case, you can't actually use any of the accessories it comes in, or very few of them. Like there is a sticky pad thing that looks like it would work, which is then mountable on the tripod. But yeah, without this actual cage, you're not going to be able to use the accessories, which is a bit of a downside, because I don't think you're actually going to get any audio from it, because obviously being a waterproof case, it's just completely sealed off, and yeah, you're not going to get any audio from it. So if you did want audio from it, you're going to have to either hand hold it, carry it around like this, or find another solution to maybe that's why they've included cable ties. So maybe you cable tie it to wherever you want to keep it, but that seems a bit of a weird solution. So we will see how this fares audio wise and video wise outside, and I will try to pick a time where there is a little bit of sun so it gives it a bit of a better chance. But for now, we'll see what it's like if I replace my camera with this camera. Okay then, so this is the Bitmore 4K action camera, and this is the audio for it. So how does it sound? Can you actually hear me? Is it tinny? I don't know yet. But yeah, leave a comment down below what you think of the audio and the picture. Remember, this is indoors. This is the same lighting that I was using with my main camera just before. The only difference is now that it's on my tripod as well, I haven't got it mounted to the tripod, it's just resting on there, and it is just over at arm's width away from me. So the lens, just from looking at the screen, looked like it's quite wide. So do let me know what it's like, and is it sort of fish-eyed around the edges or anything like that. But yeah, this should give you a decent little look into what it's like indoors, but I'd assume it's not going to look that good indoors. So yeah, I've also left it on auto white balance, auto brightness, so it's doing everything itself. And again, the audio is coming straight from it, and I'm talking roughly, basically the exact same volume that I would do normally. So if I do need to raise the audio in the edit, then I'll let you know with a message on screen. But yeah, let's move on to the outdoor test then. Right then, so this is probably the brightest place that I could find at the moment that's not full of shadows, and right now I'm going to face the sun, so you can see what it's like that, and then obviously you can see the audio, what that's like, and I'm going to keep it running like this, and we're facing, the sun is directly behind us at the moment, so yeah, what's it like? Let me know. And then we'll just face the sun just to see what it's like there. Just going to test what stabilization's like. I don't actually think it has any form of stabilization. There's nothing in the menus or settings, but this is just walking over like somewhat uneven ground. And yeah, I'm just holding it about arm's length away from me, so hopefully I'm in shot. I can't see because there's no front screen. And yeah, just going for a nice stroll. The sun's sort of like to my right, so we'll see how it handles that. The right side of my face should be a bit brighter. And yeah, now let's just go for a jog as well. Again, over uneven ground. And I don't know if it is going to do any form of stabilization, if it has any just built in. But I assume not. So now I'm going to just turn the camera and we'll see what it's like this. Just some final thoughts then. It's definitely not what you would expect from 4K footage, but for the price I think it's actually a decent buy as a super budget option. While video does look quite shocking at times, I think that colours are very true to life, and for some reason video looked better filmed inside rather than out and about. The microphone is disabled by default, and to be honest I can understand why. Battery seems reasonable and can last just over an hour, however the 2-inch display is both dim and hard to look at, as viewing angles are atrocious. This is because looking at the screen from anywhere other than dead center distorts the image and colors, which kinda just hurts your eyes. Lastly, there is a driving mode which you can see here, but I'm not really sure what it changed, if anything at all. But let me know what you thought in the comments below, but for now, bye!